There's a confusing situation that a lot of men find themselves in, and maybe you've been there too. You meet a woman, things seem to go well, and you start investing your time, your energy, and your emotions into her. But then, somewhere along the line, you notice something. She's not really that interested. Maybe she's distant. Maybe she's inconsistent. Maybe her words don't match her actions. Yet, despite all of that, she doesn't completely let you go either. She'll disappear for a while, but then suddenly reappear just when you're ready to move on. She'll ignore your calls 1 week, then send you a random, "Hey, how have you been?" the next. She might not want a relationship with you, but she also doesn't want to see you walk away. And you're left wondering, why is she holding on to me if she doesn't actually want me? The truth is, women sometimes hold on to men they don't like for reasons that have nothing to do with love or attraction. It's not always personal, and it's not always intentional. But the effect it has on you is the same. You end up stuck in a cycle where your energy is being drained, your confidence is being tested, and your time is being wasted. Now, I want to make something clear. Not every woman who does this is bad. A lot of the time, she doesn't even realize how much she's stringing you along. Sometimes it's about her ego. Sometimes it's about her comfort. Sometimes it's about her fear of being alone. But regardless of the reason, if you're the man caught in this situation, you need to understand exactly what's happening and how to handle it. That's what this video is about. I'm going to break down the real reasons why a woman might hold on to you even when she doesn't genuinely like you. And more importantly, I'll show you how to recognize these patterns, protect your value, and avoid wasting time with someone who isn't truly invested in you. Because once you see the truth clearly, you'll never let yourself get stuck in that cycle again. 1. The ego boost. She gets from you. Let's get one thing straight. Sometimes a woman doesn't really like you, but she also doesn't want to let you go. Why? Because you feed her ego. You give her attention, validation, and reassurance that she's still desirable. And even if she's not interested in taking things further with you, that doesn't mean she wants to lose that supply. Think about it. Every time you text her first, compliment her, or show that you're available, you're boosting her self-esteem. It's not always malicious on her part. It's just human nature. We all like to feel wanted. But here's the difference. For you, that attention is tied to genuine interest. For her, it might just be about the thrill of knowing she has someone in her corner who won't walk away. This is why some women keep men in what's often called the gray zone. They don't reject you outright because rejection means they lose the attention. But they also don't fully commit because they're not genuinely interested. It's a safe middle ground where they get the benefits, your time, your effort, your compliments, without giving you what you're looking for in return. And here's where a lot of men go wrong. They think persistence will eventually change her mind. They believe that if they just show enough patience, loyalty, or care, she'll finally wake up and see their value. But the truth is, if she wanted you, you'd know. Attraction doesn't need endless convincing. It reveals itself quickly and clearly. The moment you realize this, you'll see why it's so important to step back. If she can't let you go even when she's not interested, it's not a sign you should hold on tighter. It's a sign you should reevaluate what role you're playing in her life. Are you the man she desires, or are you just the safety net that boosts her confidence when she needs it? This doesn't mean you should be bitter or resentful. It just means you have to recognize the game for what it is. A woman who truly values you won't keep you stuck in limbo. She won't need to borrow your attention just to feel good about herself. She'll make her intentions clear and meet you halfway. So here's the tough truth. Sometimes the reason she can't let you go has nothing to do with love or even interest. It's simply about the power and comfort she gets from knowing you'll always be there. And as a man, the question you need to ask yourself is, are you willing to keep giving her that power, or are you ready to take it back? 2. Emotional security without commitment. Here's something most men don't realize. A woman can use you for emotional stability even if she doesn't actually want to be with you. This is one of the most common reasons women hold on to men they don't really like. You might not be her ideal guy. You might not be the man she fantasizes about, but you provide her with something that's hard to find. You make her feel secure. Think about it. Every person wants a safety net. For some women, keeping a man around gives them a source of comfort, reassurance, and validation. She knows she can reach out to you when she's lonely, when she's bored, or when life isn't going the way she wants. You become the person she vents to, the person who gives her advice, the person who makes her feel wanted. But here's the problem. She's not offering you commitment in return. She's not investing in you romantically. She's just using you as her emotional backup plan. This is why you might notice mixed signals. One day, she's leaning on you, pouring her heart out, telling you all her problems. She might even say things like, "You're such a good guy," or "I don't know what I'd do without you." But the next day, she'll pull away, ignore your calls, or disappear when someone she's actually interested in shows up. You're left confused because her actions make it seem like she values you deeply, yet her choices prove otherwise. The key here is to understand that this isn't about you not being enough. It's about her wanting the benefits of your support without the responsibility of giving back. She wants you as her emotional safety net while keeping herself free to chase after the men she truly desires. Now, why do women do this? Simple. It feels good. Having a man who always answers, who always reassures, who always makes her feel cared for is like an ego boost. It cushions her from loneliness. 3. The ego boost factor. One of the biggest, yet least talked about reasons a woman will keep a man she doesn't really like around is for the ego boost. Let me explain. Every woman, whether she admits it or not, enjoys knowing that someone is attracted to her, values her, and sees her as special. Even if she has no intention of committing to you, she'll hold on to your attention because it makes her feel good about herself. This is why you'll sometimes see a woman texting a guy she's not interested in, entertaining conversations, or even flirting lightly, while she has no plan of actually moving forward with him. It's not because she's confused. It's because your attention feeds her self-esteem. She might be in a phase of life where she doesn't feel as attractive. Maybe she's been rejected by someone she actually wants, or maybe she just enjoys being reminded that she's desirable. And if you're the man giving her that consistent attention, she's going to keep you close enough to stroke her ego. This is the dynamic that keeps so many men stuck in the friend zone. It's not that she sees you as a true partner, it's that she sees you as a reliable source of admiration. When she posts a picture, she knows you'll like it. When she sends a casual text, she knows you'll respond instantly. When she feels insecure, she knows she can turn to you for that hit of validation. You're essentially giving her the emotional equivalent of a daily dose of dopamine. Here's the thing you need to understand. Women who do this usually don't even think of it as cruel. To her, it feels harmless. She tells herself, "I'm not leading him on, I'm just being friendly." But in reality, it keeps you hooked, because every small breadcrumb of attention she throws your way feels like progress to you, even though it's not. So how do you know if you're being used as an ego boost? Look at the consistency. If she only engages when she needs attention, but never invests when you need her, that's a sign. If she loves your compliments, but never reciprocates interest, that's another. And if she seems to light up more from your pursuit than from spending actual quality time with you, then you're not her priority. You're just her self-esteem supplier. Now, here's the tough truth. The more you keep feeding her ego without requiring anything in return, the more she loses respect for you. 4. The backup plan. Here's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes a woman will keep a man she doesn't truly value because he serves as her safety net. The backup plan. Now, most women won't admit this out loud, but it happens more often than men realize. When she's unsure about her options, or isn't fully satisfied with the man she really wants, she'll keep another man close, just in case things don't work out. Think about it. Human beings don't like uncertainty, and women especially crave emotional and relational security. If she's dating someone she's crazy about, but he's inconsistent, distant, or non-committal, she may not cut you off completely because you represent stability. She knows you're available. She knows you care. And she knows that if her plan A fails, you'll still be standing there waiting for your shot. From her perspective, it's not about malice, it's about comfort. Keeping you around as the backup means she never has to face the fear of being truly alone. You're not her first choice, but you're a safety cushion that allows her to take risks with other men. If things fall apart, she can fall back on you because she's certain you'll still be there. Here's the problem. Being someone's backup never leads to being their priority. If she didn't choose you when she had the freedom to, chances are she won't suddenly wake up one day and realize you're the one. Instead, she'll only move toward you if her other options collapse, and even then, it'll come with hesitation. You'll always be the fallback, not the prize. The subtle signs of this dynamic are easy to miss. She'll keep in touch with you, but on her terms. Maybe she checks in every so often just to keep the connection alive, even though she never takes it further. Maybe she flirts just enough to keep your hopes alive, but then suddenly pulls away when someone else captures her attention. She'll never fully let you go, but she'll never fully commit either. And here's where many men go wrong. They see the crumbs as progress. They think, she's still talking to me. That must mean I have a chance. But what's really happening is she's keeping the door cracked open just enough so you never walk away completely. She doesn't want to lose you as an option, but she doesn't want to choose you either. The reality is, if a woman truly values you, you won't feel like a backup. You'll know you're her priority because she'll show it with consistency, energy, and investment. Anything less than that is a red flag. So what's the move? You need to value yourself enough to never accept the backup role. If you sense she's keeping you around as just in case, step back. A man who knows his worth doesn't wait on the sidelines for someone else's approval. He positions himself as the prize and only entertains women who treat him like one. 5. The emotional sponge. Another reason a woman might keep you around, even if she doesn't truly value you, is because you've become her emotional sponge. And let me be clear, this isn't the same as being her man, her protector, or her confidant. No, this is when she only reaches out to you when she needs someone to unload on, vent to, or lean on emotionally, without giving you anything real in return. You'll recognize this pattern when she constantly calls or texts you whenever she's upset, lonely, or stressed. She might complain about work, about her family, or worst of all, about other men. And because you care, you listen. You try to help. You offer solutions. You show up. On the surface, it might look like you're being a good guy, but underneath it, you're being drained. The truth is, women do this when they know a man is emotionally available, but not someone they're truly attracted to. You're safe. You're non-threatening. You're easy to talk to. She knows you won't judge her, and she knows you'll always pick up the phone. But here's the catch. She only sees you as a source of comfort, not as a man she desires. This is where many men get stuck. They confuse emotional closeness with romantic closeness. They think, she's opening up to me. That must mean she trusts me. and if she trusts me, she must like me. But in reality, she's not seeing you as the man she wants to be with. She's using you as her therapy session. Meanwhile, the man she actually desires gets her best energy, her flirtation, her passion. You get the leftovers, her complaints, her tears, and her stress. Here's something important to understand. Attraction and emotional venting don't go hand in hand. When a woman sees you as her emotional sponge, she's categorizing you in a box where romance doesn't exist. You've become her support system, not her man. And the longer you stay in that role, the harder it is to break free from it. The subtle danger here is that it tricks you into staying. You feel useful, you feel needed, you feel important to her. But what you're really doing is giving away your energy without getting anything in return. 6. When she realizes you're not chasing anymore. Here's something most men don't fully grasp. Women notice the shift immediately when a man stops chasing. It's like a radar that goes off in her head. At first, she may have been comfortable knowing you were always there, always reaching out, always keeping the connection alive. But the second you stop, that silence becomes deafening. Now, let me explain what actually happens inside her head. At first, she might brush it off. Oh, he must be busy. She'll tell herself it's nothing. But as time passes and your absence continues, doubt starts creeping in. She wonders, wait, is he losing interest? Did he move on? Is there someone else? That's when the curiosity kicks in, and curiosity is one of the most powerful emotional hooks. Here's the truth. Chasing kills attraction because it communicates you're desperate. But when you stop chasing, you flip the script. Suddenly, she's the one who feels the imbalance. She's the one wondering what you're doing, who you're with, and why you've gone quiet. This uncertainty makes her think about you way more than when you were always available. Think about it. If you keep running after a woman, she never has to question your place in her life. She knows you're locked in. But when you pull back, she's forced to confront the idea that she could actually lose you. And here's the kicker. Even women who weren't fully interested can start missing you the second they feel that loss of attention. This is why the man who doesn't chase ends up holding the power. You're not begging for her validation. You're not trying to force her into caring. Instead, you've created the exact space where she naturally starts to care. And once she realizes she's no longer being pursued, her mind can't help but circle back to you. 7. Why she still thinks about you. Even if she moves on. Here's the part most men don't believe, but it's absolutely true. Even if a woman moves on to another guy, you can still live rent-free in her mind. Sounds crazy, right? But let me explain how female psychology works. When a woman has felt your presence, your energy, your attention, even if she didn't fully appreciate it at the time, it leaves an imprint. Think of it like a scent that lingers long after someone has left the room. She may not have wanted you then. She may even convince herself she's over it. But the emotional memory doesn't disappear. And when you stop chasing, that imprint only grows stronger because you've introduced scarcity. Here's the key difference. When you were chasing, she felt overfed with your attention. It was too available, too predictable. That makes it easy to dismiss. But once you stop, it becomes rare. And the human brain values rarity far more than abundance. Suddenly, you're not the guy she can just count on being there. You're the man she wonders about, even while lying next to someone else. And yes, even if she's dating another man, thoughts of you creep back in. Maybe it's when she hears a song you both liked. Maybe it's when she passes a restaurant you once went to. Maybe it's when her new guy doesn't measure up in ways she didn't realize mattered until you were gone. In those moments, you're not just a memory, you're a comparison. That's the hidden power of no longer chasing. You allow yourself to become the what if in her story. The guy she second-guesses losing. The man she secretly wonders about when her new relationship hits its inevitable dull moments. Because here's the raw truth. Every relationship eventually hits those lulls. And when it does, who do you think pops back into her mind? The guy who once gave her attention but now lives life on his own terms. This is why you should never panic if she moves on. Moving on doesn't erase the emotional impact you had. If anything, it sharpens it. Because while she's out there trying to fill the space you once occupied, you're not chasing, you're not begging, you're not trying to convince her. You've elevated yourself to a place where she has to come find you. So the question isn't whether she'll think about you, it's when. And trust me, she will. Here's the reality, and I need you to hear this clearly. Chasing a woman is the fastest way to make her lose interest. When you stop doing it, something powerful happens. You flip the entire dynamic. Suddenly, she's the one feeling the weight of your absence, the sting of your silence, and the mystery of your independence. Women don't crave men who give them everything up front. They crave men who challenge them, who make them wonder, who inspire respect by not bending at every whim. That's why pulling back works. It shifts her perception of you from predictable to unforgettable. Through your absence, you create space for her imagination. She starts questioning, comparing, remembering. And those thoughts? They hit harder than any words you could say. Because now you're not just a man she once knew. You become a man she can't easily shake off. Even if she moves on, you stay etched in her mind, because scarcity always creates value. So here's your takeaway. Stop proving yourself to women. Stop explaining. Stop chasing. Your power is in walking away and letting her feel the silence. That's what makes her respect you, miss you, and even regret losing you. You don't win a woman's attraction by trying harder. You win it by doing less, by standing firm in who you are, and by letting her come to you. Because at the end of the day, the man who doesn't chase is the man she never forgets.